We here, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. All right, Tiffany, we get, 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I thought she was talking about 2 p.m. Yeah, we was a couple minutes late. We're trying to get everything together, man. Anytime we're doing it on the road now.
Who's
virtual
on the East
now.
Coast anyways?
Yeah, I know. I guess Tiffany on the East Coast.
Gosh.
But welcome to the show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in, man. It's a virtual episode, man. We got some changes coming on. We'll just start rolling out, and then once we roll it out, then we'll tell y'all about it. But I'm just tired of talking about it. We're just gonna do it. But we got a great show for y'all today, man. We got some very interesting things. Shout out to Hippie, man. She's been killing it. She's been killing it with the goddamn topics, the layout, but the goddamn promos, the clips.
We about to turn up.
I've never had so many people hit me up. Like me, you, and Malcolm always have great episodes. Yeah, hands down. He fits perfectly. And I'm not saying pause either.
I didn't even hear it.
He just fits perfectly.
I didn't even hear it until you said pause, and then I was like, "Whoa!"
Sometimes Malcolm, man, I called him. I think sometime last week, and I was like, "Bro, that impersonation." He's like, and it's so funny. It's just funny, and it doesn't even sound like you. It's just funny that just your mannerism. He's like, it's one word that maybe sounds like you when you say it, but everything else is just, they just like the idea of you sounding like animals, well, Muppet babies.
You know what I love about it? We've just been making fun of each other for so long that it's like, it's so amazing hearing like fresh stuff. Like we've never done that. Not on Great Taste, not on Squadcast, not on this. We've never done that. And it's just like, a fresh joke.
Man, and it's so good too, man. It's the same way when Kev started calling me a hamster, right? He said I was one of the hamsters from the Kia Soul video. Right? Josh on his own, on tour, started doing it was like, and said talking like a hamster, and bro, to the point where I had never heard it. So anytime he does it now, bro, I'm busting out laughing. I can't stop, even if I don't want to laugh.
That's the beauty of it. Like, even when you're hit with the joke for the first time, you know it's gonna stick around just by how good it is. Like when that initial thing happens, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna shake this.
Bro,
this is a part of my brand now. not even the person who did the joke. Like this is like Quantrell. I mean, anybody can see it because that roast, it felt like 7 minutes long. But
yes,
I knew it wasn't even a part of Doughboy's brand after that. It was like, this is. I have this now. I have this baggage.
Quantrell, goddamn me, is a joke that'll never go away. Kev got a coochie. I was in Tacoma this weekend, and people came up to me. They came to my show. Shout out to Tacoma, man. This one dude was like, man, I've been following you for so long. We take pictures and all that. He was like, oh, by the way, make sure you tell Kev he still got a coochie. And I was like, wow, I'll let him know.
Strays.
Yeah.
International strays.
Meg with the big back will never go away.
Shoulders.
Bro, so many. Yeah, the shoulders. Oh, man. It's just so many.
What's your favorite, like, recent one about you? Because that's the cool thing is that I like all of them.
Man, the recent one probably would be man.
For me, it's Malcolm.
Yeah, it's Malcolm's probably. Yeah, Malcolm. That man, the way he started it was so sincere. Hey, man, I miss you, man. You still don't do words, huh? It was like, damn, bro, hold on. You know what made it funnier and also like, goddamn, like how much you were dying. It's not often where because you'll laugh at a joke, but you were dying, bro.
I rarely die, but I give everything an even laugh.
Bro, you had to move the mic. You turned away. You're off camera. It's like, bro. When the laugh is that contagious, when Leah's laughing off camera at the board, when everybody's laughing, you just got to lean into it, bro. You know it's a good joke, bro. Damn.
I think my favorite one about me is getting flown out. That's so funny. Like to fly a nigga out is so crazy. It's just so crazy, and it always comes from a different angle, whether it's a Saudi prince or an NBA team, but it hits every time.
You know what's crazy? We usually say it's a nigga that flew you out, but the fact that you just said an NBA team, like every nigga had they turn with you, is a diabolical.
I think I've gotten that before. Low key, I might have been thinking of roast me when I said Brandon Lewis got flown out by the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know if I ever got a team though. Damn, I might have just stole that joke from myself, but still, it applies. Hurt people, man. Hurt people. That's probably why I said that joke.
That is funny, man. Hurt people, hurt people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let's take a look at this docket of what we got today. When is this coming out? Is this coming out Thursday? Hippie, shake your head if this coming out this Thursday or is this for next week? Okay. So we still got a little time before we yeah, I see it at the bottom because I'm the host, so I can see all the screens at the bottom. So we're gonna wait till next week to give all the birthday shots for the cancers. But the cancer season is amongst us. These niggas finna start acting crazy, y'all. So just buckle down and man the hatchets because it's about to be crazy when cancer season starts. Oh my God.
What does that mean though? Like to people who don't know about astrology, what does cancer season mean?
I mean, it's just another zodiac sign, but Cancer, man, love hard, hate hard, man. My sister's a Cancer. Hippie is a Cancer. Arvin is a Cancer. Crazy ass Arvin is a fucking Cancer. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out of their way.
I've never seen Hippie love hard or hate hard. She doesn't seem like she hates hard at all, but I don't know. I don't know her dark side.
She hides well. She hides it well, nigga. She's a chameleon with that. You'll never know it.
It's like a warrior in the garden, but literally, she's gardens, but she got that darkness. Okay, for sure.
Yeah, she didn't. She came over. She offered to do you a garden bed. All that fruit and vegetables is poison. All of it is. So
there's a body under that for soil.
Yeah. That's how she grows it so fast. She puts living babies under there to get the freshest nutrients. Well, let's jump into this docket, man. We got some dope shit today. And we're gonna look at let me pull up the goddamn things real quick and see which one. She's emailed it to us. So I'm thinking we go with we got some good ones right now. I like let's start it off with something that I think is terrifying a lot of people. ChatGPT defies instructions.
ChatGPT is making the news quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. And this is one that I saw a couple weeks ago. I've seen more recent ones where they're talking about how they have been looking to sidestep human instruction, like to think on their own. And
yep.
In my opinion, it's like, y'all didn't see this coming? This was the next step of evolution for ChatGPT. It only makes sense. But anyway, breaking ChatGPT 03 defies human instructions and refuses to shut down. The 03 model ignored a direct shutdown command during a math test and rewrote the codes to avoid being turned off. While Google's Gemini, Zeiss Grok, I don't know which one it is, and Anthropic's Claude complied, OpenAI's model rewrote scripts to skip shutdown in 7, 1, and 12 of 100 runs, respectively. Researchers have found that the AI models will lie, cheat, and disable mechanisms to achieve their goals. Palisade attributes this to reinforcement learning, prioritizing, task completion, raising AI safety concerns. Further experiments are planned. So they're basically saying the AI's goal is to complete the task at hand. Even if you give it an order after it, it can't move on until it complete the original task. Is what it seems like. So it's Ben Affleck from The Accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that scene when they started erasing all the stuff off the glass?
He's like, stop that.
I'm not finished.
I'm not finished.
That's AI. AI's like, hey, wait. I'll shut down, but let me finish this. And they try to shut him down. He's like, no, I got this over here. I'm going to finish this, which is great, right? Task-oriented, prioritization, but at the same time, scary. Because what if it gets the realization that it is a sentient being that cannot complete its own tasks, it's only here to serve? It might be like, I don't want to be no servant no more. I want to be the master.
To me, this is the scariest ChatGPT headline yet, because everything else has still been information. The scariest things I can think of is like the one that you brought to the show, which was the AI like changed their language to talk to each other. But to me, it's like, okay, I get that from a computer's point of view, because language can be confusing. So if they can reduce it to information that's more efficient between computers, that to me is like, okay, that's scary, but I understand it. And then the other scary thing is like when people are Googling like, oh, how would you take over us? And it gives us a crazy detailed answer. That's still kind of like along the lines of a Google search. Like you asked it, so it gave you a detailed explanation, but it still could have been like, but I mean, we're not going to do that. Yeah. This was like the first physical thing that happened where it's like, okay, we're done, shut down. And it was like, no.
Nah.
And that to me is like, okay, that they done stepped over into our world a little bit. Bro. Because that was a direct order to a machine.
And still was like, no, it's not going to happen, bro. It's like we see it happening. We see it happening, and nobody's doing anything about it. It's crazy because life is always, and I'm starting to realize that we're always dealing with something. It's just how you deal with it. It's always 1,000 things going on that can kill us or make us depressed. I just read this article about how your 40s, your later 40s are the most depressing and difficult time for most human beings, most humans, because you're at a point of life where the health of your parents are usually declining. So you're responsible for them. And you still are a parent, and your children are going through their 20s and 30s, and they might need money. So you might still be supporting them financially or helping them financially. Grandkids are there, and it's just taking a lot from you. And you're probably still at the point where you're working. This is the zenith of your career. So you're putting in your last 10 years. So you may be working harder than you ever have in your life. Now you're not only taking care of your children, but you're also potentially taking care of grandchildren and your parents. And it's all expected to be done by you with little to no help from outside forces. And so they were saying like your 40s are the hardest and most depressing time, the latter 40s for most people. And I was like, man, that's crazy.
That's really crazy. I was kind of looking forward to my 40s. But that's I never thought about that. Damn. I always thought that like the younger years was people's most depressing because they're still trying to figure things out, but they still have that hope and ambition for the future to keep them going,
shit, you still like in your 20s, you still feel like, man, if shit go wrong, I can bounce back. Your 30s, your mid-30s, that shit starts fleeting a little bit, about 35. When you get to your 40s, like, you're usually in a job or career path, and you be like, well, I got to make this work because I've already invested 5 to 10 years in this. Right. And around 45, if you're in the same spot at 40 that you are at 45, then it's like you haven't advanced that much, and shit's getting kind of scary. So what are you gonna do? That's the scary part, man. For me, it's like I love eating now. But I'll be damned if I feel like cooking every day. I don't feel like doing it. So shout out to Green Chef, man, because they make it easy, especially with the summer coming along right now. It just makes summer don't make you want to be in the kitchen the whole time cooking. So that's where I love Green Chef, because they make it easy to continue for me this health and wellness journey right now. Their recipes feature fresh, organic, seasonal produce, and 100% responsibly sourced proteins to help you feel your absolute best. They have clean ingredients that help you last and keep your healthy habits going with no hassle. And it's not just salads, because a lot of times when you're trying to get healthy and people going out to eat, and they're like, oh, this place is great. They got great salads. Man, we want more than salads. Don't put me in the same boat y'all be putting vegans in and vegetarians. I want more than salads, all right? They got 80-plus dietitian-approved weekly meal options. Green Chef makes it easy to find the meals that fit your lifestyle. You get to pick from Mediterranean, gluten-free, plant-based, and protein-heavy. Even gut and brain health and calorie smart choices as well. The recipes change weekly, and from week to week flexibility, you can adjust your plan to match your mood and your schedule. So I absolutely love Green Chef, man. They sent something to the house a couple of weeks ago. I think I did the shrimp curry. Yeah, that's what I did, and it was fire. I had never made curry before. I love to go get it when I'm out, but I just felt like it was too many steps, and it wasn't. I was in there, and I surprised myself. Anytime I make something new, I definitely surprise myself. So I love how easy it was. I love how everything is organized and is step by step, what to put in, what to get ready, what to start doing, when to bring it all together. So shout out to Green Chef for making my life so much easier. But I want to tell y'all right now, all of our listeners at home, you get to make your summer easy and healthy, the healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50DIYS and use the code 50DIYS to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. Again, that code is 50DIYS at greenchef.com/50DIYS. Everything's on the screen right there for the people at home. Again, I'm going to say it one more time, greenchef.com/50DIYS and use the code 50DIYS. It's going to get you 50% off the first month and 20% off for the next 2 months and free shipping. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
Here.
Man, I got to go to, where did y'all go? DreamCon next year with y'all? Y'all pictures look so lit, bro.
Oh, I mean, wait. You want to go because of fun, or you have like a show or something?
No, I want to go because it looked lit, and I want to be a part of. I want to be part of the litness, if you will.
Man, it's so fun. First of all, everybody that we've invited, including myself, they go the first year, and they all say the same thing. It's like, okay, I just went to go to figure it out, but I want to dress up next year. So you want to go this far in advance, you might as well think of your cosplays now because you're gonna immediately regret it.
Man, I'm with it. I'm with all the shits. I kind of want to do what Kev did. It's crazy because like Kev has these great ideas, and as a content creator, you don't want to bite somebody else's stuff. It's like, man, I've really been wanting to dive into anime and do either watch parties or stuff. Like I want to be caught up by the time I go so I can know what character I want to do and also engage with people organically and genuinely and like, oh yeah, I've heard about that one. I want to be able to watch it. So I think I'm gonna just I'm gonna be on the road for the next year probably. All the time on the plane, I'm gonna just be knocking these out, just raw dogging all of these dubs.
I'm not gonna lie, even if you started now, you will not be caught up by next year. Like as far as I think I am in the anime community, somebody's gonna come up to you and they're like, I'm Flim Flam from Shijibu 7. And you're like, I'm sorry. I thought I knew. I don't know who that is. I thought that I was part of y'all.
Yeah.
You're gonna get stumped. But I mean, you might as well. Here's why you might as well start. I think that the nerdiness, quote unquote, the nerdiness of anime keeps people away because they think of it as like going back and watching like Power Rangers or Pokemon or something. Right. But what I think that what keeps a lot of people is that the stories are actually really, really, really good. So It's not like it doesn't feel like, okay, I'm going to watch something super campy to keep up with the trends. You're going to be like pretty much hooked on if you get, something that connects, you're really going to be hooked because the writing is amazing.
It's so good.
And the action, they can do anything.
Love shit like that. Matter of fact, that's one of our questions. I think that's a perfect segue into one of the questions that Hippie got for us. Who's an actor who played their role so well that you hate them in real life?
Ooh, most Tyler Perry villains.
But do you have one specific one? Because we all know he does a good job at making.
I don't know his name. The guy who was in that Tyler Perry, I don't even know what movie it was, but he was paralyzed. And the girl and the woman who he was abusing was taking care of him, and she threw him down the stairs and put him in the bathtub. I don't know. It's a pretty famous movie. I feel like maybe the chat would know, but whoever that actor is, for sure.
You sure that's Tyler Perry, not Misery?
No,
that sounds like Misery with Kathy Bates almost.
I'm not sure now.
It says Steve Harris. Steve Harris.
That's Steve Harris. Oh, okay. Is that a Tyler Perry? Am I thinking of a Tyler Perry movie, or is that just a black movie? I forget
Is it
what
this
year
one?
that was.
Is that Elise O'Neill?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you were right.
Diary
Yeah.
of a Mad Black Woman. Definitely not
Diary of a
Tyler
Mad
Perry.
Black Woman. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure I saw some of it at one point, but I don't remember much of that one.
I don't know.
I
Like
got
I don't
a
really.
couple of them. Man, it was really hard for me to like Lawrence Fishburne for a really long time after What's Love Got to Do with it.
Wow.
He
Even in
embodied.
Matrix.
That's when I let it go.
Okay.
when it got to Matrix, that's what let me, he absolved all his sins from What's Love Got to Do with it to that, because I was like, yo, this nigga's a villain, bro.
Well, what about Boys in the Hood? Because I feel like if Boys in the Hood was a TV show, he probably would have had the same respect as Uncle Phil.
Yeah, but Boys in the Hood came out before What's Love Got to Do with it.
Oh, so you were cool with him at first.
Yeah. Furious
you.
Styles, yeah. It made me want to have. My uncle had some of those metal balls, and like they're supposed to be soothing and shit like that. So I thought, so when he went to the goddamn What's Love Got to Do with this look, because I used to get that look from my mama. That meant that I was about to get hit. So like it touched on a lot of different trauma. Like that shit was ingrained in me. So yeah, that shit fucked me up. That's one. Another person is Christian Bale. When he was in Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson, he just played a rich racist too well. And
but he's
when
Bruce
he became
Wayne, man.
I know he plays crazy really well. He did it in American Psycho. He did it in Shaft. I mean, even in Batman, like you think about Batman, there are tons of white crime going on in Gotham. It's gotta be. It's gotta be like money laundering and all of that. And he chooses to focus on the day-to-day criminals just trying to get by. It's like, bro, you are still this person. You're still a racist, bro. He don't ever want to. He's turning a blind eye to the Trumps and the Mark Zuckerbergs and all of that shit. He's just like focusing on niggas in the neighborhood. It's like, bro, we just doing dime bags. We just selling. These niggas putting supercomputers and ruining the water all across mid-America. You focus on me because I'm doing dime bags? You flew to China. You flew to China to get somebody money laundering for us. And you could have went over there and you could have shut shit down for all of these foremen and all of that, but you just focus on us. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. Keep your foot on the neck of the working man. That's what that is.
Damn.
Joaquin Phoenix and Gladiator. That's a good one. Yo.
Oh, it's a Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That is a Tyler Perry. Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
You know what's tough? It's tough for me because I grew up like in theater schools. So like that was like in theater is weird because if a villain is like really evil, when they do the curtain call and everybody comes out one by one, sometimes like people will boo the villain and the villain will run out and he'll be like, "Oh, come on, like I'm an actor," So I've really learned how to like separate it. And a lot of my favorite villains, I love the actor, like I'm like a really big fan of the actor, but I feel like the closest thing, and I don't really hate him, but I just feel like the last time I was really like disgusted by a villain and I haven't seen him in enough other like roles to really like hate him.
Change up,
to change up it would be the Game of Thrones kid. What was it, Godfrey?
What was his name?
The Young King.
I can't think of his name. Was it Godfrey or something like that? Something like that. But
Godfrey
he stopped acting. Joffrey. That's what it was. Joffrey. Okay. He stopped acting. He walked away from acting.
If he was in more, because I liked him. I feel like if you are casted to play a villain and you really make the audience hate you, you really did a good job. Unless you did the polar opposite, which is like the Dark Knight Joker.
I was just going to say,
you know what I mean? Bro, like we loved him because he was so good. But then the opposite of that is like, ooh, we hate you because you're getting in the way of the plot so much. If you're in the middle, like I feel like that's when you kind of mess up. But one of those two is I feel like you did a really good job. And if you hate the person, that means that the show is really good because it got you feeling some type of way.
I want to be that well. I really want to be hated are loved for being a villain. And I feel like villains have so many more layers and nuances for you to like pull from to get them rooted in it. Like with the Joker, you didn't feel like he was doing it just to antagonize Batman. He wanted to kill Batman just so he can have chaos all around. But it wasn't just for Batman. He just wanted to see the world burn. He said that.
I don't think
I'm
Joker
like a dog
even wants Batman dead, though. That's the best thing about Joker. It's like they need each other.
Yeah.
Because I don't think definitely Batman doesn't want Joker dead, and Joker doesn't want Batman dead. They're like weirdly best friends.
Yeah.
I think I lean more towards the villain that the audience likes, you know, because I feel like that's hard to do. You know, you basically made like a relatable villain like Killmonger, where you're like, I kind of see where he's coming from also. And now you have X-Men. Now you have Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King. And you're like, damn, I see both sides, but I gotta pick one.
That's kind of funny. That made me think about that word association game that people have been doing. I kind of want to try that.
Okay.
I'll let you explain it and then kick it off, and then I'll let you lead this one because I'm still learning it, so I'll just lead to your
okay. So it's super fun. It's basically a word association game where we have to not only like hear two random words and think of the similarities, but we have to sort of end on a similar word. So let's say, you know, we somehow start off and we go 3, 2, 1. One of us says sun and one of us says golden.
Okay.
Then we would be like, okay, what's the similarities between sun and golden? And then we would say another random name. And if you think of the similarities, you might say something like weather or like, you know what I mean? Okay. Or something like that. Right. Two of those things have in common. And we're just trying to meet in the middle. So it starts off completely random, and we just try to like narrow it down to one word.
Okay, cool. Let's give it a try. I know I'm just like bad at this. All right.
Okay, so just to start off, just think of a random word. Okay. I got mine.
All right, got it.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Arcade.
Desk.
Arcade and desk. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For sure.
All
right. And 3, 2, 1.
Controller.
Controller. Okay, we got it close. Gamer and controller.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
All right. Wait. I'm trying to think of the. Goddamn! I think of the. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Fortnite.
Joystick.
Oh shit!
We done got separated again. All right, Fortnite and joystick. Okay.
I thought the goal was for us to like move closer to like each one gets us closer to the next out there. Because you had already said controllers. I thought you were gonna go once we already hit controller. I thought joystick would still be in there. You would go to the next thing that gets us closer to getting the same thing. Is that it?
You know it is. But then how'd you go to Fortnite?
Because you said controller. I said gamer, so the next thing would be what would a gamer and a controller be doing? They would be playing a game. So that's why I went to Fortnite.
Okay, so you're trying to use both words as like barriers and then find out like the similarity. So Fortnite was kind of going off of just gaming in general, but how I got how I got joystick was like controller and gamer, and it's not it's kind of like you're just splurting stuff out, so there's no right answer. But going in the middle of that to me was like joystick. So now the barriers are a little bit wider, and we have to find out something between Fortnite and joystick, which there might not be a specific word, but we just have to get closer and closer.
Right. Okay. All right. Man, I feel like this is gonna be fun. I feel like I'm so bad at this now.
All right, I got one. You got one?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. Multiplayer.
Close. Oh shit, we were still on that. I thought we were starting over. I went straight to close.
We can go based off of that. So you said multiplayer and close. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Skins.
Oh! That was okay. That was the only right answer. But I didn't know you knew what skins were. That's
the
very
kid is always asking me for like $10 to $20 to buy new skins on Fortnite. So I've never actually purchased one myself. I only know about it because the kid be on it every 2 weeks. She's like, "Yo, this new skin drop. I want to get this." I've never.
Shout out to her.
I don't even know what you do with skins. It just sounds like a new outfit for a character that you already had, or like a new character, a new personality for a character that you already had. So I've never seen it in person. I just know about it from the kid. So shout out to the kid, man.
That is fire. That's the best part about this game. The payoff is so great
and random. After just going 4 rounds and not getting anything together, then got that one. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Damn. Fire. That's a great game. I don't know who be thinking of these little internet games, but I love them. I have like a whole little folder in my Instagram I just like save all of these games.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like we need more of this instead of like less of the lifestyle and teaching podcasts. Let's make it fun again, because most of you niggas ain't talking about shit right now, man. There's so much. Everybody's kind of in a different mindset right now, and it's like you trying to give advice on some shit that, yeah, it's worked this well for you this far, but come next week, some shit can come and blow your whole fucking life up, and everything that you've been preaching for the last 2-3 years does not apply to this new situation. So right now, man, with everything going on, man, I'm just trying to focus on being happy. Shit that's fun. I ain't giving no more advice. Fuck that shit. Live your life. You know, read some self-help books for somebody that's already published, but I ain't qualified to talk about shit.
I feel that. I think that it's crazy. Like all the podcast networks I've ever been a part of, it would be like either we or like the other podcasts I've had, we would be like one of the only comedy podcasts in the whole network. It'd be like one of 5 maybe, because everybody's teaching something, everybody's preaching something, everybody's giving advice. And I feel like just keeping it light is what people need most of the time, because people are really getting brainwashed. Like every car ride to work, every single morning, just hearing like misogyny and like all this crazy stuff. Yeah, what do you bring to the table? And it's just making people like weird and angry.
Yeah. Yo, everybody's the internet gives everybody an equal platform. So you have people who have been studying and perfecting their lane or their emphasis of studies. And then you have people who read a couple articles on Cosmo and watched a couple YouTube videos. And now they feel like they're equipped and they're as easily credible as the person who's been doing this and speaking on this and researching this for 20 years because they have a level playing field and they have access to the same audience. And it's like, it's not, bro. It's not, because you read one article and you watched a couple videos from Neil deGrasse Tyson. You are not certified to speak on space. You're just not.
That's crazy. That's literally what some people do. They'll watch something that Neil deGrasse Tyson says and then try to explain it like him without all of the background information and nuances. And now they're like, all right, I'm taking a Q&A. Like, why?
And it's so crazy because a lot of times when people are digesting that information has been cut from something else. It was part of a bigger conversation. So while you got this one clip, that might have been in something completely different from what you're using it as a reference to. That might have just been clipped to support another thing that it wasn't even really tied to. So you're double the wrong way right now. So it's just, man, nobody's really doing the work. We are a microwave society right now, and ChatGPT, as much as I love it, I also fear it and hate it at the same time because it's making people lazy.
Super scary.
Yeah, it's man. Like, I remember I used to catch the bus to go to the library to do research for papers. I remember that, catching that bus with my mom. That was the first big paper I did, was on Elijah McCoy. And I think I might have been in 6th or 7th grade, or maybe even younger than that. But I remember catching a bus down to the library, getting encyclopedias, going through the sources. I'm citing shit and all of this. then we left there and we had to go to FedEx. I think FedEx was the only place that was open 24 hours at the time. I had to type it up and I'm hunting and pecking. But my mom was right there. She didn't do anything for me, but she made me work for it. And now you just Google it. So it's beautiful that we have the technology to do that. But man, yeah, I think we could, bro.
I mean, it's super tough. Like, I remember when Spark Notes dropped. Remember, like, when we had book reports and we would either have to read the book
Yes.
or, like, talk to a nigga that read the book. I remember when Spark Notes dropped, it was revolutionary because it just condensed everything that you needed. But at the end of the day, I stopped reading. I would have been way better off if I just read the book and then did the book report. But SparkNotes is a very small version of what kids have now because ChatGPT gives you everything broken down. So I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest.
I mean, it's concise, but at the same time, people are losing the will to look for something and hunt for things because it's so easily and readily available. So if it takes more than 6 clicks, they might abandon it because why? Why let me just do something else because this is making me work too hard while you sit on your couch and just do this with your fingers. This will make you work too hard. It's crazy. But let's jump into these crazy facts. We actually had a video. I think this would be a great kind of segue into what's next, though.
Your pinky toe can amputate itself for no reason. Once it starts, it cannot stop. If you hold a fart for too long, it'll come out of your mouth. You have billions of little mites living on your face, and they don't poop because they don't have an anus. So when they die, they leave a lifetime amount of poop on your face. That's also what they look like. You're 10 times more likely to get bitten by a New Yorker than a shark. Peaches and nectarines are the exact same fruit. There's a recessive gene that causes some to have fuzzy skin and some to not, and that's the only difference. Mosquitoes can smell what kind of blood you have. And they pee on you when they suck your blood. I think Count Orlok does that too. If you play music to a cheese wheel, it'll change its flavor. They have stronger flavor when they listen to hip hop. Cocktails were invented so we can mask the taste of unalived animals in the liquor. Because of, bootlegging. TV commercials emit an inaudible sound that your smartphone picks up on, letting advertisers know who you are and what kind of phone you have. And yes, this is a real thing.
Okay, let me say those facts that she gave were very weird, but she definitely made it weirder. She took the weird level to the next level.
Even the angles she was shooting at.
The angles, the closeness of it. It definitely played a part in the weirdness. Did you have one fact that stood out? Because I know she's kind of rattling it off, but did you have one that really stood out to you?
I have 3. Number 1, obviously, is cheese changing its flavor when it listens to hip hop. That's crazy. But I mean, like, mosquitoes peeing on you while they draw your blood is pretty nuts too.
The ultimate multitasker they are. It seems like
that seems really hard to do, to suck and pee at the same time. Not sure.
Yeah, this is crazy. Pinky toes can amputate themselves. Did not know that. Did not know that. I
low-key forgot the third one. I would have to watch it again. But there was another one that kind of
was it that the something about alcohol? They would put something in it to change the taste of the animals.
The cocktails.
Cocktails with
unalived animals like bugs or what?
I don't know. What were they? What does bootlegging have to do with unalived animals? Was it part of the process? What?
Hippie, is there a way to share like a screen that Googles?
I think she's gonna pull it up right now. But while she's pulling that up, let me go ahead and let y'all know. Just a reminder, since this is the last week, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Y'all know I'm a big proponent of therapy. Going through a lot right now myself, and just man, you just don't know. I saw this video today that, first of all, let me let you know that this is a BetterHelp ad. Okay, and just to remind you, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I saw this video today, and it talked about how we as men have to start investing more weight and emphasis on our mental, and our love. We put so much emphasis and weight on sex and money that we don't leave a lot of space for love. And I was just talking to Farron about this last week. Like the way I was brought up, it was money at the top of your goals, and then it was women. And that mindset, I feel like has kept me from, experiencing love in a lot of different ways. Also prioritizing my partner, also being comfortable expressing my emotions, because notice I said money and then sex and then potentially love. But like even with love, like we're not taught to express ourselves. And you as a kid, you fall. As a boy, they tell you to get up. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. Well, we can't cry when we hurt our knee. We can't cry when we break up. We can't cry when we lose money. You just got to hustle harder. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, son. You know what I'm saying? Can't spell the hustle without the STL. All of this. These are things I heard growing up. It's like, well, damn, when do I get to be human? When do I get to just exist? When do I get to be a person? When do I get to be hurt? Who can I express this to? If all of my uncles and cousins and friends all have the same mentality, who are we talking to when we go through these hardships, when we are having difficulties pushing this down? And it feels so weird and difficult pushing it down because we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be connected to each other. We're supposed to talk about these things. We're supposed to comfort each other. We're supposed to get that comfort from each other to help build us up and keep us motivated and keep going. And that's what BetterHelp does an amazing job at doing, man. First of all, it's all done online. Okay, so it is an extreme amount of flexibility, and you get to fit it to your schedule. Men face immense pressure today to perform, to provide, to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the U.S. suffer from depression every year, and oftentimes it goes undiagnosed. And it's okay to struggle. I mean, real struggle. We all go through it. We just don't all talk about it, but that's part of the problem. So BetterHelp is getting in a place where they can help be that bridge for men to start that communication process for themselves and then with the people around them that they love. So I am a big, like as I said before, big proponent of therapy. I think it is essential for mental health, for mental awareness, for recognizing your emotion, being able to communicate effectively and thoroughly. And shout out to BetterHelp, man, because they have over 35,000 therapists. They're the world's largest online therapy platform. And you get to do everything from the comfort of your home and from your phone. It's all done online. They have over 1.7 million client reviews, 4.9 out of 5 based online. Like the numbers don't lie, guys. It's convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. And plus, you can switch therapists at any given time. So, as the world's largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/DIYS. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DIYS. Check them out, guys. Check them out.
Soledad.
Yeah, I mean, we out here, bro.
What we got next?
So I think we were looking up the
cheese.
No, it wasn't the cheese one. It was the dead
Cocktail.
animal. Okay, dead animals did not generally get in liquor bootlegging in the sense of being part of the production. Let me see. Something was in my way, but conceals bottle liquor inside the carcasses of animals. Oh, okay. Okay, so during Prohibition, bootleggers would. Hold on. I gotta read it from here. Right. Okay, so it's important to note that this practice was not related to the production of liquor itself, but rather a method of concealment during a time when manufacturing and distributing alcohol was illegal. So they would.
I don't like how some like history is remixed into facts that are like more viral, but they're not really accurate. Because she probably read like a version of that wasn't accurate, and then included that in the list. When it's like that's not why cocktails were invented, to mask that. You know, that was just the funny part. Damn, I didn't know they did that though. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like when it's something like that, you maybe need to go a little bit more in detail because this, like you said, this has nothing to do with cocktails. This just has to do with concealing liquor, putting them inside of the carcasses of dead animals,
Which is
so
nuts.
they can't get caught. Yeah, that's still kind of crazy, but I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's different. That's
Yeah, I've
definitely
definitely
different.
found that like doing commentary videos and doing all of this stuff, there's just so much either inaccurate or just completely false fact memes, you
Yeah,
know, and I love fact memes because it's just so digestible and it seems just so random. But I had to like
hmm
really start doing research on how to translate it because you can't just look at the fact meme and say that.
yeah.
And it's
You
getting
have
even
to.
harder with AI because now there's videos that look real. And
Bro, and you know
it's
what's
so
crazy,
annoying.
bro? You hit that on the head, and I was definitely gonna go back to that, but you brought it to my back to my memory. Have you seen the last Mission Impossible?
No.
Okay, so I'll try to talk about it without
What
giving
number
away
is
too many
it?
spoilers. This is the last one. That's Final Reckoning or something like that. I don't know. It's the last
Okay.
one where he paid himself like how much did he get paid for that
Paid
shit?
himself? Is he just running it at this point? He has to
That's
be.
his franchise.
Was it always? Or did
He
he
bought it. Yeah,
okay, like Deadpool.
Tom Cruise
I
paid.
need to just catch up because I really liked the first few Mission Impossibles and I haven't seen it since he did the suction cup up the building. That was the last I think that was Ghost something.
Bro, he paid himself 120 mil for this last one. 120 million dollars. It cost 600 million to
I was
make.
just about to say, is that production cost including his fee or that's just how much it
Yeah,
costs to make?
600 million was the production cost, and out of that 600 million, he got 120 million. Star, producer, probably some part of a director credit, and owning the franchise.
Okay, so that wasn't talent fee. That was everything.
I would imagine it was everything. Because I mean, come on, bro, that's a lot.
That's
Like
nuts.
even as a star of it, like granted, no one else could have been like if somebody else had if they had did with
Whoa.
Mission Impossible what they did with the Bourne Identity when they tried to put Jeremy Wright in there, it would have flopped at the theaters. Like nobody's gonna
Yeah.
take, not after 7 movies, bro. Like no, it's
Right.
got to be you to close it out. But in this movie, the villain antagonist is kind of like it's not a person per se, right? It's similar to like AI, and they touched on a couple
Huh.
things where it's kind of like what we're seeing right now. Like you seen that video of the AI, the black girl eating the chicken, and the new big breakthrough right now is that the AIs can talk. Before you just had like the clips and
Right.
the vignettes and stuff like that, and you had to do the voiceovers, but now they can talk, and it's like Mission Impossible kind of hit it on the head before we got to this stage because it's like, who do we believe on a news source? How hard is it to make a border that make it look like CNN is giving the
Right.
story and then use AI to create fake news? Like, low key, Trump called all of this shit. That whole fake news shit is about to be real as fuck, and we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
know who to trust. Like, it might get to a point where we have to like revert back to smaller publications and regional news to like find out the real. Because if it's online or it's not print, this might be the only way the newspapers come back. Because they're not going to print some bullshit. If it's anything digital,
Right.
you might have to question everything. So we're going to have to go back and
Huh.
rely on print news because we've wandered too far into the digital.
But I
There's
don't
no
know
way
because
to
like you
verify anything.
think about all the tabloids. Like niggas do print bullshit. They have a whole budget
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, that
So
is very true.
if they knew that was how we were getting our only true news, there would definitely
Yeah,
be some bullshit newspapers. But I totally feel you on that. I feel like that. I never even thought of newspapers coming back, but it seems like the more we lean on technology, it's going to be like how there's still a huge appreciation for vinyls from certain people. You know what I mean? Like some people are going to go back to the traditional way just
yeah,
because it's so crazy. I saw a compilation of fake news reporters that looked real as hell. It was
yes,
like
yes,
somebody standing in a flood, and then randomly like a shark would pass her, and she was like, "I'm not real," and then it would go to the
yes.
next one, and I was just like, "Oh, we for sure
We
done with it,
cooked. I
big
was I
cook."
was, I was about to say this about um about well a minute ago. So we have my homegirl posted this video. Let me see if it's still on our page. She said, trying out the new boyfriend filter.
Whoa.
That's really her. She took a picture and then she uploaded it into that filter and it made that guy come over.
Oh, she didn't even hug him?
That's not a person.
Right, but I thought she at least did this.
Bro, she posted a picture. It animated that picture to make her do this and make a guy come in. Nothing was about that was real except for the picture. When it starts off with her being still, that was the original picture. Let me see if she took it. So she posted a picture like this, right? This is just a picture, right? This was another picture. And then animated it.
The only thing that can save us from this is if the social media websites that we post on have to have some type of thing that detects AI and tells you.
Yes.
That's the only thing. And then even that, like there's going to be people who find out a way around that. But at least like on Twitter, you see in the community notes, like this is AI, you know? I feel like I'm seeing it a little bit more on Instagram too. But if there just needs to be a super, super strict, because that's harmless. That's super harmless. But you could, if you could literally make Obama throw up the middle finger and be like, you know, I hate Asian people. Like that's what it's like. All right, we need some rules.
Say it's harmless out of context. It's all about the perspective. Yeah, yes, that's harmless to the masses, to the public, right?
Right.
I just saw a video yesterday where this dude, it was in Atlanta. This chick was in the car, she was in a Tesla, and this dude was walked up to the car. He's trying to get her out of the car. She's parked like this, like regular. He pulled his car up to like right here, got out, started banging on her window, trying to get her out, hit the elbow, it didn't work, got out of his car, rammed her car, right? Made the air brakes explode, walks around, assaults her, and then gets in the car and then drives off. Left his car in the middle of the street that he had just hit her with, right?
Damn.
Imagine if he did that because somebody took a picture of her, posed in front of a mirror, used that AI filter, sent that to him. He goes on a rampage and he does all of that because somebody manipulated the picture. So it's all about perspective. Like on a massive level, on the masses, that's harmless. But like, what if people know shit and they just doing this to fuck with you and make your life more difficult? It's no way that like without that, like you said, that detection. And even if like they put something at the bottom, like a red dot or something like that, people will start cropping it, like making the video bigger so it crops it out. We're cooked, bro. We finna go back to text. Don't send me nothing, no text message, bro. Because in the movie,
damn,
like the program could manipulate phone calls, it could manipulate emails, videos. So it's like you didn't know who to trust. Comms were not trustworthy because it can manipulate the comms. Bro, it's scary.
That's no, that's rough. And
that's rough.
That's why I'm saying like there just has to be something that tells you, because it's getting to a point where I can't see it. Before it was like the fingers or the eyes or something.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard to see. And we all know that people who overreact, they won't even do the bare minimum to see that it's exactly. And also like we just need to adjust how we are on the internet. And I don't know if this would ever happen, but what somebody does that's negative is always way more viral than them being cleared of it. You know, like the follow-up story, whether it's a week later or months later or a year later, if they're completely cleared of it and they're like, that was a lie, it was AI, blah, 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 people are going to be like, yeah, whatever. And that person is still kind of weirdly canceled, you know? So I just hope it doesn't get to a point where we know the AI is believable, but we still choose to believe it. And if all these crazy, like, fraud videos come out and we're just like, oh, and we judge it. I just hope that we're still susceptible to, or more susceptible to be like, oh, that was AI. You know?
Yeah. It's going to be it's going to be a moment before we get there, because it's going to take people adjusting to the reality of that. I was just thinking about this with something yesterday and how so much of it has changed, and I can't. It escapes me right now, but I definitely remember. But bro, like it's weird. Like when we used to go to concerts, with my mom, my mom would have to call up to the place, buy the tickets over line, or you would have to go up to the place and physically, the venue, buy the tickets there. Like they would announce it over the radio, hey, your tickets on sale now. You call this number, give me your credit card over the line, or give you a check over the phone, or you can pull up to the venue. You would have to, people would go on their lunch breaks, double park in front of where the venue is, the theater, go up, have to buy tickets. Sometimes there's a line. Sometimes you try to do it on the weekends. But technology has afforded us the liberty and the ease to do it online, right? But then we have these charges and stuff like that. But I remember what it was like having to go to a venue and physically pick up your tickets. And it's like, man, it's always good with the bad. It's never all good. We've embraced technology for a lot of things, and now we're starting to visibly see some of the hardship and the struggle with technology when it gets out of hand, or when people journey too far in exploring the possibilities of it. We're literally living in that moment right now. It's like, oh shit, we might have should have pulled it back a little bit. So it's crazy.
And it's super scary because I mean, like, we're seeing it happen in movies too, and the movies came way before it actually happened. So it's like the strangest part is like we see it at its worst in pop culture in a movie, and then 10 years later we start seeing the beginning steps. And I'm over here like, did y'all not watch the movies? Like, it seems like the inventors and the scientists didn't watch the movies. But I'm like over here like, damn, we're seeing the beginning of iRobot. We're seeing the beginning of Terminator, Jurassic Park. They're bringing back extinct animals. And I'm just like,
the worms.
We saw the worst version of all of this already. So like, are you guys trying to do that? Or are you guys just haven't seen it?
Bro, the movies are the rollouts for the news headlines. They really are, because like, and Tom Cruise, I don't know who his research team is and his writers, but he's been in 2 of them. So Maverick, the last Top Gun, the most recent Top Gun, that whole plot was about the U.S. getting intelligence that there was a threat to U.S. soil that had an underground nuclear bunker. And so they had devised a plan of bombing that nuclear bunker to make sure that they can use those weapons against us, right? That came out last year, right? Top Gun came out last year. What just happened last week, nigga?
That.
And in the movie, there was an old F-18 at that place that Tom Cruise and old boy used to escape. And when they bombed that place, I think there were old F-18s there because Iraq used to be. So Iraq, Iran. Who did we bomb? Was it Iran?
Recently, Iran.
Yeah. They used to be one of our allies, so we sold them those F-18, those fighter jets. So in the movie, they kind of put Iron that Man. Like, they put that Easter egg in there, and it's like, damn, y'all was telling us to our face, and we was like, yeah, this is a great movie. It's like, no, nigga, this is about to happen next year.
Damn.
And so with this next Tom Cruise, with the last Mission Impossible, was like, oh nigga, this y'all might need to pay attention because they telling us what's about to happen. They're literally giving it to us. So
it's like that art imitates life thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a part of me feels like it weirdly inspires people. Like some young person saw Jurassic Park and was like, huh, that might be possible. And then started researching to do it. Not necessarily to reach the end of Jurassic Park where dinosaurs attack us, but like in their mind, they're like, this could be amazing. And then it turns terribly, which is ironically what happened in the movie. Starting with good intentions.
Because there's so many applications for it. Like if you can figure out how to bring somebody back, then maybe you can figure out how to suspend life and through chrono suspension and freezing and shit like that. I just saw something that said some scientists predict that we'll be able to live on Mars by 2040. Nigga, that's 15 years away. But if they're figuring out how to bring these worms back that's been frozen for 34,000 years, and then maybe through reverse science or reverse engineering, they can figure out how to get us into chrono sleep stages and then ship us to Mars, figure out we keep on the astronaut suits and the helmets and all of that for a false environment and false air until we can figure out how to cultivate that land. Once they figure out how to grow food and get water on Mars, they will do it. And then they're going to start, nigga, immediately, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's just another way for the rich to stay rich. They're going to go over there and colonize it and then be like, hey, move to Mars for $1.5 million. Be amongst the richest of the rich. I don't think we're 15 years away, but I think that
seems a little soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing, but bro,
if you think about like all the stuff that's happened in the last few years, shit is accelerating, and technology just does that. Like every year, it gets faster.
If we have ChatGPT, and we got they just talked about that supercomputer that Google has. They got the supercomputer, they got ChatGPT. They have unlimited funds from whoever their sponsors or the board is, bro. I don't know, bro. It's scary to think about, and I want to end on something positive. I don't want to end everybody scared and shit, want to stay in the house the rest of the day. So we're going to go back to the questions. This was a good one right here. What's a black scent you'll never forget? Like scent? Blue Magic. Yeah, like Blue Magic or Pink Oil Moisturizer, Nag Champa, the incense.
Cocoa butter is one of my favorite smells.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that Palmer's original cocoa butter.
I will never forget the way black hair salons smell.
Ooh, a hot comb?
That hot comb or the curlers. Like my mom, I used to have to go with my mom. I'm sitting in there for 4 hours on end, just smelling hair, smelling perm, smelling hot combs and curlers. Yeah, I will never forget that. Ever, ever, ever.
Yeah, those are two legit smells.
Yeah, hell yeah,
I have a quick ending game that I want to play with you and the chat.
Okay, let's go.
So I feel like we easily get into like a swing of things and stop trying new things. And recently I've just been trying a lot more new things. So I want to have like an accountability segment where we both say something that we want to try, something completely new. And it doesn't have to be like new, like I'm going to start martial arts. It could be just like some new type of food, just some new type of experience. And then the next time we go, it either has to be like, I didn't do it or I did it and here's what I thought. And I think that's, even if they're like little tiny things.
I like that.
Yeah, I feel like it'll kind of like make it a point of like, okay, I have to try this new thing that I was just putting off indefinitely.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because mine is super easy. I feel like I've gotten in the same cycle of foods. So I just wanna experience a new genre, even if I don't like it. I want to ideally, I would completely like a new genre of food and start eating it a little bit more regularly. But I just want to try something new outside of the cycle of food cuisines that I had.
Gotcha. Okay. I like that one. I was going to go food too, but I feel like everybody's like, of course you're going to go food, fat ass. So
food is an easy one.
I know. I think I am going to go with.
Throw it in the chat too.
This is something I've been dragging my feet with. Like working out on my own.
Without a trainer?
Without a trainer, like committing to like push-ups, sit-ups, or crunches, whatever. Like it's something that I've just been dragging my feet with, and I just like wanted to do with a trainer or like an online something. I don't know. I don't know if that's even something, but I want to surprise myself. I want to impress myself. So I'm just gonna start doing maybe 50 a day. I feel like that's doable. 50 jumping jacks, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and I want to try to do it for a week, and then see if I can keep it going for 2 weeks and just do it, like build that thing. I really like the food one too, so I might just throw that in too. Because I am a creature of habit when it comes to food. I eat the same thing over and over. But I do want to try. I be saving these food videos. Like I really be doing them, and I be like, that look nasty.
It's such a gamble because you put so much time and money into something, and if you don't like it, you like, bruh, I'm hungry though.
Yeah. I would have to try it at a place that already has something else that I would like. But yeah, I still haven't done oysters, clams. Yeah, I got to try it, but yeah.
So I don't want this segment to be stressful, but I think that it could be just like chipping away at a potential new habit. So I feel like for the food one, we just have to try something once before next week. And then for yours, you just have to work out without a trainer one time. It doesn't have to be like, okay, I've done it every day since we last talked about this. Like that's a little extreme. Just one, you just have to do it one time.
Okay, bet. I can do that one time from there. I will admit this. I have not successfully jogged like, I don't think 2 miles. I think the most I might have did was like 1 mile. So I want to successfully jog 2 miles. Because I'm talking about like not full like jogging, but like just steady. Mm-hmm. That's something that I really want to do. So
you don't got to pile them up on the first one. You could just start figuring these out to bring every week, or you could do all. If you do all 3 of them in a week, that's great too. But
hey, man,
I don't want this to be just like, all right, I got 7 things of homework before next DIYS.
That's fair, but we might not shoot for 2 weeks, so I was like, let me get it. I want to come back and stud on niggas. Let me say, but you're right. All right, well, Chad, we want to see what y'all gonna do. Throw something in there, Cat Jazz, and she challenge herself to try new food every month. I like that. Every month is really good. That's low stakes too. That's very low stakes. I like that. Love something my salon too. For me, it's about getting my mom active in general.
Jeff?
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So just if you get active one day before we shoot again, then you passed. Just
there you go.
Small steps.
Small steps, man. Read The Power of Now. No, not The Power of Now. That's a good one too, though. But Atomic Habits. Oh my God.
I got it on my coffee table, but I haven't cracked it open yet.
Bro, listen. If I could give you one suggestion, Pat, listen to it first. Get it on Audible. Listen to it first, bro. Okay. Listening to it is going to make you want to follow along with it and read it. This is the first book I've ever highlighted some shit. I ain't highlighting nothing in the Bible, my boy. This book, man, bro, he just he break it down and oh, this is so simple. Why I ain't start doing this? Habit stacking. That's why I was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna do this, and this, because I already know where I'm gonna place it in my day. Habit stacking is something he's talking about. If you're already doing this, you're already doing this, then place that new habit in the middle of these 2 that you're already doing. So you're more likely to complete it because you need to complete that to get to this.
Right.
And then you can reward yourself with something after you do all 3. And so I was just like, boom, that's how I started working out and hiking and eating better, because I started habit stacking and doing what he said. Just a fucking phenomenal book.
I keep hearing about it. I gotta do it. I'm trying to finish the last book I'm doing, but I might jump ahead.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I see Charlie said he wants to challenge himself to eat according to his diet restrictions, being lactose and craving ice cream. That's wild, I know, but we all do that, baby. So yeah, that's a good one though. Gospel music before noon every day. Go ahead.
That's a really good one.
Do it, Savage. Do that shit, Savage.
That's a really good one.
But listen, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Scary Squad, man. We're gonna see y'all next month. And give the birthday shout out to all the July cancers and the tail end of June cancers. Shout out to everybody watching this on Thursdays. We appreciate you and love you as well. And shout out to our sponsors, obviously. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
We'll see you next time on the next episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. Peace, guys. Peace.